So we get to the stage and it was just fucking bucketing. We're standing under this tent and we were like, what are we going to do? Like, the stage was just partially covered.
This is Paddock 43, the podcast, your weekly rundown giving you all things F1 from both on and off the track.
From races, trades, rumours, the lifestyle, and all the things that come with the F1 world.
We are Amy, Elle, and Pat. Let's get into it.
We are on like Donkey Kong. We are back, and I am back after giving birth.
She's back.
In the studio.
Yes.
Well, not in the studio, from home.
Yeah, from home. She's on maternity
From
leave,
home.
technically, but Amy is sick, so you are filling in today. So thank you very much, Patty.
Woohoo! No, well, I'm back officially now, so I will be back in your ear hole. Hopefully we don't hear any crying in the background. My beautiful mum is looking after Gabriel.
Patty,
and
what is
yes?
the baby's name? Because we actually haven't said the baby's name to our listeners.
I will say the baby's name. The baby K, is Gabriel Socrates Kotaridis, and in English it's Gabriel Socrates Kotaridis.
I still can't even pronounce that.
Yeah, you're just like G-man.
Yeah, G-man, the G-bub. Yeah, no, he's so freaking cute. I'm obsessed with
I know I'm biased, but he is very cute.
No,
and
he's a very, very cute baby.
Yes, future F1 driver. I actually, when I was watching the race, I don't really want him watching the TV, but he was looking at the TV. I'm like, yeah, you can watch this because this is hopefully your future. Get used to the sound of cars revving.
I feel like it's going to be inevitable, though, that he watches TV and participates like watching
For
F1.
sure.
It's like my nephew. He's 1.5, and he's been watching the football since he was like 6 months old. He's just been like so interested in it. Whenever the football's on, it's like, bang, gotta watch it.
He knows.
And it's
Well, I
so
reckon,
interesting.
Yeah, because it probably like picks up on skills eventually.
Yeah, well, I also bought my nephew though, like he's starting to sort of like open books and stuff like that and want to be read a book.
Cute.
And all that. So I bought him all on Amazon, you can get all these kids' books.
Yeah.
Like Lewis Hamilton and like an ABC book about, oh my God, you've got it, you're turning around and getting it.
Literally, my friend bought this for Gabriel. It's his first book. It's about Lewis Hamilton.
That's the one. That's
also,
the one I
like,
got.
Shout out to you, Lewis.
And then I got there's one on Amazon, which is amazing. It's called ABC for F1 or something like that. And it is a kid's book. And each page is obviously a letter of the alphabet. And it'll be like, E is for engineering, A is for aerodynamics. Cute. And it's just like words. And I was like, this
so
is a great
clever
present that, if you're trying to get someone else, I want to get this kid into engineering. So, patience for hydraulics, let's do it.
Yeah, you're like, first word, aerodynamics. But
smart kid.
Love it. Smart kid. But I don't think we actually mentioned Elle is in Paris.
Oui.
You are in Paris. And you're running off adrenaline after being in Silverstone, which we will get into. You've barely slept.
Yeah. No sleep. Yeah.
I'm time to sleep.
Really living in the present right now that I am in Paris. I sort of need to do that. So I don't forget.
You do. And you need to eat some yummy food for us. Love that you're on the time, a good time zone to watch races as well. And yeah, just the fact that you actually were at Silverstone. But enough rambling. Let's get into the news. So, well, I think, you sent this to me, I think it was yesterday. I'm so lost with times now as well. But Ferrari confirmed the departure of their chassis technical director, Enrico Cardil. And apparently there's speculation that he's going to Aston Martin.
Yeah, and I think this was an interesting rumour because that has developed from this because he's obviously leaving Ferrari after, I think, 20 years or something like that.
Yeah, and he's only 49 as well.
Rumoured to be going to Aston Martin and that he's left Ferrari to make room for Adrian Newey. So, there's two options there of what's going to happen. I think we'll have confirmed by the end of the season where Adrian Newey's going. I don't think it's going to happen anytime sooner. The rumours are running hot though on that one. I definitely heard some. Oh, I heard so many trickles of rumours in the paddock. At
Oh my
Silverstone.
God, I love that.
So,
I love that.
Yeah,
Straight from
what
the
do you
horse's
think?
mouth.
Yeah, literally. What do you think on this one?
I mean, I feel like we've said this a million times, where there's smoke, there's fire. Like, look at how, Lewis Hamilton, the rumours about Lewis Hamilton going to Ferrari came to fruition. So I do think that this will come to fruition. I actually, it was actually during Austria GP. I don't know if you saw, but there was a little segment that, this is kind of off topic, but that Toto Wolff was being interviewed by Sky News, and he was sort of talking, which something I really appreciated. He was talking about like his mental health and how he, has like, which I didn't know this, but has like went through some struggles growing up, which I didn't know. So I'm like intrigued to dig deeper on that and how it's important to talk about when you've got problems. And they were asking him about the departure of Lewis Hamilton. And, it's one of these things where something happens and then it takes time before we get more of like little droplets of the actual information. And Toto Wolff was sort of alluding to the fact that he was a bit disappointed that he didn't hear it first from Lewis Hamilton, that he heard it from the rumours that Ferrari sort of started pushing out.
I thought he did. Lewis came out though and said that he told Toto first.
But you remember there was like
rumours first. That's right.
Yeah. And then Toto was saying how he was mainly frustrated because, he's like, I would have let our sponsors know sooner. So obviously there was like disgruntled sponsors, especially when someone like Lewis Hamilton that's been with the team for such a long time, and there's like sponsors that back drivers rather than a team. But yeah, so circling back to it, I think where there's smoke there's fire, and it seems like rumors that come out of Ferrari seem to be true. So do you know what I think it is? I think it's like they get too excited and they kind of want to prove that they've got something good going on, so they just start leaking things, or someone starts leaking it on their behalf.
Well, a listener of the podcast, Mia, sent that question to us of like, what do we think is happening there? And I think the rumor is spot on. I think obviously there's two options. He could go to three options. He could go to Aston Martin, Williams, or in terms of Adrian Newey, or go to Ferrari. And I think it's going to be Ferrari. I think it's just it's going to be a similar case of Lewis Hamilton, that it's too good of an option. You want to work for Ferrari at some point in your career because it's Ferrari. If you get that option and you do it for a year, that's the dream, baby.
That is the dream. Everyone wants to be in a red suit. Everyone wants to be in a red suit. And like we said, that horrific HP sponsorship.
Yeah.
Like it's paying for someone's salary. But yeah, so I mean, this Enrico leaving, so I think Frederick Vassar is going to sort of take his charge of his role whilst in the interim, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. And on the topic of Ferrari, thinking of Ferrari engines, we got the news of Ocon 2025.
Yes, but that's just rumoured. It's not confirmed yet. So yeah, I don't think that's it's not confirmed.
Well, Racing News, it says that Racing News 365 announced exclusively, but
F1 and Haas and Ocon haven't said anything. I also find it very surprising. I was not expecting that, but look, it's possible.
It is possible.
When a rumor comes out like that so strong, usually it's true.
Yeah.
They just haven't officially announced it yet. I think they were going to do it before the summer break. That was the plan.
Not long to go.
I know. Only 2 more
what are your
summer break.
Yeah, and what are your thoughts on Carlos?
I think he's pissing people off. That's why he's not going to Williams. I think Williams are like, you're taking too long. I think he can't decide where he wants to go, and I have no idea. because obviously he's doing well at Ferrari and Charles is not at the moment. After
I know.
win. It's all just very confusing.
Oh
So
my
I don't know.
gosh, I know.
I think we'll know more in the next few weeks. We can talk about rumours and all the possibilities till we're
Yeah.
in the face. But I don't think
Over the
it's
silly
gonna,
season.
Yeah. I don't think we're going to know until we know.
Well,
The
all
big
I will
rumour,
say
though,
is after this weekend, I just think the only place for him is Mercedes, and that's my opinion, and full stop, that's it.
Yeah, it's very possible. The one rumor though that like I think is really talked about and confirmed is that, you know, because there's this apparent clause apparently in Checo's contract that he can't be more than 100 points behind Max, right? So they're saying
I remember we were talking about this last year.
Checo's going to be, we were, and now it's coming back out. And Checo was just, his average, I think, on the grid between Visa Cash App and RB, there was like a post someone put out, like your average grid place. Max was something like 2.1, which I was like, that's hilarious. And then it was Yuki, who was 8.7, and Daniel, who was 10.6, and then Checo 12.4. I could have those decimals and those numbers very wrong, but that was the order of like how they went.
Yeah.
And Checo's just not been performing. And you sign a 2-year contract with Red Bull, and then that's what you've been pulling out the last few races. Like, it's just shocking. He just can't drive at the moment. And
no, I feel like we have a repeat of last year.
Yeah, and I think
a repeat of last year where he kind of like did well at the start and then just like crashed.
Yeah, and I think they're going to put Daniel on the car, to be honest. It was the most talked about thing in the paddock on Saturday when I was there. Obviously, Checo just shocked out qualifying, and there were people going, well, there we go. Daniel's going to be in.
Oh, gosh.
They're just going to swap them round.
Yeah.
So we'll see. That's
we'll
the
see.
Interesting one. Yeah.
It is interesting. I guess time will tell, and we've only got a few more weeks, so hopefully we have updates. But going into the weekend, we had Brad Pitt.
So
did you see the ad for the? Did you?
So I obviously I saw the ad, like the new trailer,
which it looks sick.
It does. It also
looks really good.
Boring at the same time.
That too, but I think the most exciting thing will just be like seeing the actual, like the fact that it's actually filmed at a race, like seeing actual F1 drivers, and like one of the even clips you see like Brad Pitt's Gunter and like Brad Pitt's standing there, like Max Verstappen's next to him.
Yeah,
that's cool.
It's going to be super interesting. So we actually saw some of it being filmed. I think they were doing promos for the movie, and also they're probably just filming backup footage because obviously they can only do it once a year, right? With that crowd.
Yeah.
So as we were leaving Silverstone, we'll get into Silverstone after this. But the track is fucking huge. You cannot walk around that thing. Like, Pat, you and I were complaining about how many steps we did in that park. No.
Yeah. No competition.
No fucking competition. Nothing. Silverstone shits on us. But yeah, we had to get a double-decker bus, like to the other side of the track. That's how you can get around all cabs.
Fun.
And we saw all Brad Pitt's cars going around. And then they would like turn around and go the other way. And I was like, what the heck?
Okay, teams. So starting off with Alpine. Great weekend for Pierre Gasly.
Honestly, he gave up. He had a 50 grid penalty. And I think I sent you the photo of like where a 50 grid penalty.
The FIA document.
And then he ended up starting from the pits because he had gearbox issues. And then he was like, fuck
I think he actually started 19th. Checo started in the pits. So he didn't even.
So during the formation lap, Gasly was like, I've got gearbox issues.
Yeah.
So during formation lap, he went back into the pits and he was like, I have to start from the pits. And then the race started and he was like, nah, I'm out. He just gave up.
He did not start.
I mean, there was no comeback for that 50 grid penalty place. I don't know whether that is going to continue now, but he's missed a whole entire race. So who knows? I don't think it will continue through that penalty.
I don't know. And the thing that I found crazy is like, even though he has like a 50 place grid penalty, he's still like Checo was still technically behind him.
Yeah.
crazy.
Yes,
But yeah,
when you look
he
at that, it's just so bad.
so bad, so bad. But yeah, he did not start, and Ocon placed 16th. So not a great day for our friends at Alpine. Not a great day,
Hey, by
but
the way, I saw Katie from Alpine. Hey, Katie,
Katie.
shout out.
Oh,
We had, we
yeah,
had a
shout out
little
to
chat,
Katie.
so
Oh,
had a
I
little
know.
chat,
She
so
was
that
like,
was
I
nice.
missed you. I'm like, I love seeing you guys together.
We like
I love
made
it.
it a mission. I was like, I have
So
2
good.
minutes. I was like, come out now.
Bless. Oh, that's our friend at Alpine, just for the listeners. For the listeners. And next up, Aston Martin, which we will get into it, but you had a very special experience with Aston Martin.
Yeah, maybe
But-
I'm a lucky rabbit foot because
Yeah,
Aston
I was going to
Martin
say, like, they
did
had like
well this weekend.
pretty good day. Stroll came 7th and Fernando came 8th. Not bad. Not bad at all. Nice home race for
Yeah.
Aston Martin.
It was a great home race, and I don't like. There's nothing really to report back on Aston Martin and their performance because overall they just did well.
They did do really well.
Go them. They were consistent.
Go them.
And they were great for the weekend. And it'll be interesting watching them that go further and further. I actually watched an episode of Drive to Survive last night randomly. I don't know why. That's
Oh,
what I
yeah.
was watching
Like
before
new
bed.
season, like current season.
Yeah, I reckon it was the new season first episode. I don't know. Tom just put it on, and it was like Lawrence Stroll like being like, "We are going to be world champions," and I was like, maybe they will be getting there one day. Maybe,
Yeah.
maybe not. They're not there yet, but maybe.
Not there yet. They're not there yet.
Yeah.
Maybe if they get Adrian Newey. And Ferrari, not the best weekend for Ferrari.
No.
It seems like they just kind of back to crappy tyre strategies, particularly for Charles.
It just wasn't working for them. Carlos, like, he came off looking like he was going to perform really well for the weekend. I genuinely thought Carlos going to be top 3.
Yeah.
But there just didn't seem like there was any fight in him. Like, he kind of just let a few things go by. And then obviously, Charles just, he missed out in Q3 and he just sucked. Pretty much.
Yeah.
Which is such a shame because, like, you imagine coming off these Monaco wins and then that's what happens. But also, hey,
Literally.
Esteban Ocon has also been in a similar position. So,
Yeah. I mean, it happens to the best of them. But I do think as well. I mean, Carlos, in the end, he came 5th, so it wasn't too bad. But Charles came 14th. And it was just tyre strategy because they switched to Inters too early, lost lap time, and it just, I don't know, it seems like the sort of strategies that we saw last year from the team. So hopefully there's no repeats of that.
Hopefully. Fingers and toes crossed.
Fingers and toes crossed. But moving.
Haas.
Yeah. Haas. Hulkenberg's been killing it.
What's going on?
What is going on? It's
we're sitting in the grandstand and we're watching Quali go. And I think it was Luke or it was Tom. And we just go, is that Haas? Is that Haas in this race? And then Q3, it was just so surprising. And then
so strange.
there was so many people in there in that top 10 that we were like, what?
Yeah. Is everyone getting in?
Is everyone okay? Like, is this a glitch in the simulation going on? But Hulkenberg.
It's like Hulkenberg's like signed this contract for stake, and suddenly he's like, "Look, I can perform."
Yeah, I just didn't like you guys, and I didn't like my teammate.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, so he plays.
Seems like
literally. Yeah, so he placed 6th, and Magnussen placed 12th. Not bad.
Not bad for little old Haas. I mean, I'm pretty sure this time last year we were all like, "Oh, fuck Haas."
Yeah.
I was just complaining about it, just being like, "These guys suck."
Yeah,
and
pretty
now,
much.
I don't know. I'm impressed with Gene.
No more Gunther, and they start.
I was going to say, is this something to do? Now that Gunther is gone, maybe Gunther was the problem.
Maybe.
He's
Or
like
is it
sitting
one
at
of those
home and
things?
going, "Am I the problem?"
Yeah. Am I the problem? Or
Yes,
maybe he
please.
just implemented a bunch of good stuff and now like they're reaping the rewards off the back of what Gunter put in.
Ooh, maybe. I
That's
don't
my
know.
wishful thinking because,
Has improved.
I
They're
know.
one to watch very closely, especially with Aston Martin by the end of this year.
Yeah.
I think
Agreed.
overall,
Agreed.
when we look at their lap times and all the differences,
Mm,
I think we might have something in Haas. Maybe we need to get on the
for
Haas
sure.
bandwagon.
Yeah, I mean, they use Ferrari engines, so,
Yeah,
I
some
should be
bandwagon.
more. Yeah.
What do we call it? Bandwagon fans? Yeah, bandwagon fans. I mean,
Yeah,
I feel
bandwagon
like you'd be ditching
fan.
Ferrari and I'd be ditching McLaren, but like, it's fine.
Yeah, maybe they could just be like the second team.
Yeah. Speaking of
McLaren. Good day for the two boys. I mean, not great for Lando. Could have been better. But
when I
Lando...
saw Lando in, what did he start? 4th or 5th? I can't remember.
No,
But with
Lando
Max.
started 3rd.
Was it 3rd? Yeah.
Yeah, because remember, which we actually didn't speak about, was qualifying. I think it was the first time since the 1960s where it was an all British starting three
Yeah.
at
Which
Silverstone.
was very, very exciting to experience that energy.
Yeah.
I will
Oh
say
my
that.
gosh.
It was just like popping off that energy. But
Yeah.
Lando and Max were just fighting all weekend.
Yeah.
And I think it's just like a little bit of redemption for the previous week in Austria.
Mm. Yeah.
And it was great to see. There's some really funny memes of like obviously Lewis winning and he's like singing like
Yeah.
and then like Max and Lewis are just like to the side like ugh.
Yeah.
But it was little Oscar Piastri that got screwed freaking over by McLaren this weekend.
Mm.
It was
Yeah.
not fair.
Not his weekend, that's for sure.
No, I don't
Not
know
his weekend.
what tire strategy Oscar was getting from his team, but to keep him, I think that what do they keep him on the softs or something like that when everyone had to move to hards and things. It's like
hards.
I don't know.
It was at the beginning of the race, which I think is something that they've introduced this year, which I love, is they kind of like put a potential race strategy down, and they had that as one of the potentials. I don't think I don't think of any other driver or team using that strategy.
No, it was a really bizarre strategy for Oscar. Maybe they did think it was going to rain a lot more. I think qualifying, where qualifying literally just rained all day and everything was delayed and it was just rain. But I think this Sunday, the actual race, they only had like a sprinkle of showers and it was kind of just it was just in like one corner, like it didn't really touch the sides.
I mean, I don't know if, oh no, wait, because you were there quali, but I know when I was watching the coverage, they were like talking about how you could literally see the rain in the distance and like, is that coming this way? How long is that going to last?
I don't think it did. From what I'm hearing, but anyway.
Yeah. A drizzle. A drizzle. But next up, the team of the weekend, Mercedes.
The driver of the weekend.
Driver of the weekend, for sure.
I called it on Saturday.
You did.
I was like, Lewis is going to
No, you called it on the last episode too.
Did I?
I told you. Yeah, last ep you said I think Lewis is going to win.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't remember that. I don't think I said it on the stage though when we're talking on the stage at Silverstone in the morning. But by like I think it was Q1, end of Q1, I was like, Lewis is going to win tomorrow. He's going to like come fighting back because this is his last race with Mercedes on the Lewis Hamilton straight at Silverstone. This is his home race. He's going to fucking.
He had to win.
And Tom and I both agreed that George is going to fuck it up. George will go. I was like, he'll either crash or he'll retire the car.
Yep. Bada bing, bada boom.
Bada bing,
bada boom.
Call that one. George just can't handle the pressure.
No. I mean, there's always the pressure of a home race. We know that kind of home race curse. But, we had 3 drivers home race. So there was like a higher chance that someone would win, especially considering they were all like the starting 3. And I just think Hamilton dominates at this track. He knows it so well. And he's used to battling with those elements that the lovely British weather has. So, dominated.
It's so exciting as well. Like, he hasn't had a win since 2021. Was it Saudi?
Yeah.
And to see that moment come back, it was pretty special. I was glad I wasn't at Silverstone on the Sunday for the race because I just needed to chill, and I was like, it's so hard getting in and out, and I'll explain all of that. And we'll probably have to do an episode on like guide to Silverstone.
I was thinking that.
And the comparisons to like someone like Albert Park, but I wish I would have been there for the celebrations of Lewis.
Yeah,
because it was incredible. Like, just seeing all the footage.
Oh, it would have been so special. But I mean, I feel like we could feel it. I could feel it from here. And like seeing all the coverage. So I can't even imagine the energy. And also, side note, seeing the footage on the Saturday after, I think it was after quali, of Lewis and George watching the Euro quarterfinals.
Yes.
Was so good. I think they were watching it like on the stage, and then they were sitting on the stage and all the fans were watching in the background.
Behind them. Yeah. It was great. I liked that one.
So good.
There's all the fun things that you can do at Silverstone as well.
Yeah.
That's all not fun.
So, and like, how like timing wise as well, it was like, they were like, it's a very good day for England. Very, very good day. I was like, I agree. And then topping it off, Lewis won. So Lewis won, and you go.
And you could hear like everyone watching it on their phones. So you know, it's like coming back from and it was really funny because some people was like footage was obviously delayed. So some people were like, and then like she was like, and it sort of just like, went down the line.
Oh, so good. I love it. I just love that's the sort of thing that sports does. Brings people together. But great day for Lewis. Not so great for George. He DNF'd.
No.
And the biggest MVP for me actually was Roscoe.
Oh, Roscoe did great. Haley saw Roscoe.
I
saw. And she was like, I got so starstruck.
I messaged her and I was like, I think I would be most starstruck by Roscoe. Like, hello, baby.
Hello,
but next up into Red Bull, I don't think there was a bigger gap between 2 teammates than these 2.
No, and we've already said it about Checo, like, he's not performing, and if this rumor is true, which was going around, but Paddock, Daniel could be in. But Max did well. Max, he climbed pretty well.
Yeah, he did. Second. He came second. Yeah, he did climb, and I think had there been a few more laps, maybe he could have overtaken Lewis. Lucky that did not
agree with that.
happen.
He was closing in on that gap really quickly. And I reckon, 1 or 2 more laps, and he probably would have just got Lewis if Lewis couldn't defend him off. But there was some excellent defense, actually, I would say, from Lewis as well, but also from Max for Lando.
Yeah.
But it was exciting when Lando did get in front of Max at one point. I was like, yeah, boy.
Yeah, I think it was like lap 15 or something. He overtook him. I was like, yes. Like, this is what we want to see. Like, not the Red Bull being an absolute rocket ship. Like, it shows that there is like some competition there. It's not just Red Bull and that's it.
Yeah. Nah,
but
it was... I don't know, it feels weird to not be talking much about Red Bull, but it was just Red Bull.
And then Checo came 17th, so yeah.
And Bob's your uncle.
And that's it. Steak, not much to see. Valtteri came 15th, Zhou came 18th. Nothing very exciting.
No.
I think Zhou had like a really slow pit stop at one point. It was like 7 point something. seconds.
I don't know what's going to happen with these guys. Joe's definitely out, and I think Valtteri's going to retire on his own.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
probably.
like, I'm just going to go cycle and live my life and
drink wine.
And marry Tiffany. Yeah, I think that's going to be
I know. Yeah, when's that going to... I feel like they seem like the kind of people, because I totally know them, but they seem like the kind of people that would like elope or something. Like very discreet, private. Probably. Yeah. Visa Cash App. Yuki came 10th. Danny came 13th. Yuki's been doing really well.
Yep, consistently well for Yuki. Danny had a great Q1 and Q2, I think it was, and then he great Q1 and then he fucked up Q2. That's why he ended up starting towards the back, but he did climb up from 16th to 13th. He sort of hit that 11th point at one point. But yeah, he was sitting in 6th in Q1 when he came out of that, and that would have been fantastic if he kept that going. But of course, Daniel couldn't keep that going. So
no, he could not.
See what happens there.
We'll see what happens. And finally, Williams. So some points. Woohoo! Albon came 9th.
The fact that Logan Sargent was in the top 10 for Q3
blows my mind. I was like, surely there's something, I'm reading this incorrectly, or they've fucked up or something. Yeah.
We were like, nah, surely not.
Yeah, like that's not right. Yeah, he finished in 11th.
Yeah.
Which is amazing for him.
Yeah. Look,
I'm like, is that the best?
Albon 9th. That's his best of his career, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
I think it was very surprising. Maybe the threat of him going to IndyCar is like really posting him. And he's like, oh shit, need to do something about that.
Oh, I feel like there's so many drivers that like have had a lot of fear. It's still, and now they're like, oh no, actually we can perform.
Yeah. Oh, actually, sorry. Now
sorry. I can do my job.
Yeah.
I can do my job. But finally, driver of the day. Who's your driver of the day?
Lewis, 100%. I think it can't not be.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Lewis for sure.
If you pick anyone else, I don't know what
you're wrong
for.
You pick anyone else, you're wrong. Yeah, nah, he 100% deserved it. He did so well deserved. Great way to kind of finish up his, even though there's a whole season left, but finish up with Mercedes at his home race. And I wonder if he'll win in a Ferrari next year. Okay, so Elle, give us a rundown of Saturday.
Saturday, yes.
Quali. So give us a rundown from the beginning of your day to the end. So biggest thank you to you because you represented us. You did such a good job.
You guys there so badly.
I know.
Doing it alone. But pretty much, so for everyone out there, like everyone knows, I was always going to Silverstone, and then this opportunity came up for Paddock 43 also to beat Silverstone. Pat just had a baby, probably doesn't make sense to fly with a very fresh infant.
2-week-old.
And yeah, it's a little bit tight there.
A little bit soon.
Not quite enough preparation. Not enough time for a passport. So landed in London on the Friday and then just did like a quick sort of splits around, and then Saturday morning we were up at 3 a.m. because had to get ready because the car was picking us up at 4 a.m. Because we had to get there early because the traffic, as soon as it hits like a certain time, it's one way, like both sides of the road. And it's
I remember Hayley saying that.
And and we also luckily we did get there so early because we were speaking on stage at 8:30 and we had to check in at 7. So we got there at like 6, and everyone was like telling us to go park elsewhere. And we're parked in this like fucking field, and it hadn't started raining yet. And I was like, this just feels so far away. Like we were behind the campus, and it didn't make sense.
Wow.
So I messaged Hayley, and she was like, nah, well, we have to go pick up accreditation, and to get there, like you'd end up walking like 6K.
And because Hayley stays on site, right?
Well, no, she was staying at a friend's house nearby.
Right.
And so we ended up driving back to the main gate, and we were like, we just sort of had to bully our way in, and we were like, hey, we need to pick up our accreditation. Like, we've got to get in.
Yeah.
It's in the track. So we just showed all the relevant documentation. We ended up just parking there as well next to the accreditation place, picking everything up. And I was like, oh my God, this is so exciting. Like, it was just like
so exciting.
Real. But then the fucking heavens opened up. 7
Typical British weather.
It is freezing and the heavens just go. So we start walking to the driver's in stage, which was presented by eBay, where we were talking. And it was like, I reckon a 3-4K walk to get there or something like that. So Silverstone is just huge. Like you have the outer track and then the inner track. And to get from A to B, it's just like, it's nuts. And also it was fucking muddy, which Ted Kravitz did warn me about. He did.
And Haley as well.
And I wore white silk pants with white sneakers.
Yeah, look, you looked great, but terrible idea. Like, even wearing white pants to Melbourne GP was a bad idea.
It was so cold. And I had a singlet and a cotton shirt on and my jumper.
You looked great, though. You looked great. You were repping Paddock 43.
My outfit. Love my outfit, but And so we get to the stage and it was just fucking bucketing. We're standing under this tent and we were like, what are we going to do? The stage was just partially covered. So anyway, ended up getting on stage and it was awesome. I had Luke and Haley up there with me representing you guys, and we played a game of F1 Heads, which was really fun to do because I had all the questions up on the screen and I'd worked out with the tech guys of like when we're going to like hit the next slide. And we were just on stage and just chatting away, and it was great doing the game and like because it made it really interactive with the crowd because everyone was trying to escape the rain. So there was a couple of tents nearby. And it was really funny because everyone's standing in the tents all with their umbrella. And poor Tom, who was being, Tom was being supported.
Bless Tom.
Standing there in the middle. He's just like come back from
number one fan.
The video I sent you was so hilarious. But it like made people walking in from the campsite and stuff like that stop to look at the screen and like shout out names.
So good.
So it was really great having that feeling. And I was like, imagine if like everyone was like properly standing here. Silverstone was really super happy with it, and they were like, "Oh, we want you guys to come back next year, but like, let's do this in like the middle of the day and like longer, maybe a couple times over." So that was really exciting, just for the podcast, just to like put it out there and like get it going, and have that opportunity for us. And then what did we do next? So then Haley, because obviously she's working for Silverstone, she took us to then the main stage, and there was like a backstage area. And I was doing some work with Charlotte Tilbury, which was really cool. So Charlotte Tilbury did my makeup.
So good.
And there'll be some cool content coming out on that soon, hopefully. Just sort of working F1 Academy for us. And that was a lot of fun doing that. And we just watched F2 Sprint from there. So we're like right on the fucking track.
So did they have like a installation somewhere on the track?
Oh, so this is like a sort of like a VIP area, right? Behind the main stage where like the performers would go and all of that. We popped by there just to do the Charlotte Tilbury thing. And pretty much that's just how it worked. And we watched F2 there, and Kimi Antonelli win his race, his very first race.
So good.
Well, youngest F2 winner as well. And then Haley was like, hey guys, I have a surprise for you. And we're like, what? And she's like, I got us a garage tour of Aston Martin. And I was like, oh my God.
Because I just love that you were matching in your principal gear. You were matching.
I know. So Haley and I did
so good.
That. And I was watching her get changed after the stage, and I was like, I don't have any other clothes. And she was like, and I was like,
No, it was great. It like looked very aesthetic and like aesthetically pleasing.
Well, it just happened to work out that then it was with Aston Martin as well. It was all just like a very coincidental.
So good. Because it could have been like real Christmassy. If you were in Ferrari, it could have been real like Christmas vibes. So it all worked out the way it was supposed to.
Yeah. So to get to the paddock, it's all the way on the other side of the track. And I said to Haley, I was like, oh, let's just walk. And it's still raining, but I was like, let's just walk. Because, you know, I'm in Europe, I want to get my steps up.
Yeah.
And she's like, no, we're not walking. I was like, come on, let's just walk. And she was like, no. So we got a cab. She organised a London Black taxi to take us, which was actually great because in hindsight, we could blast the heater for a little bit, but then I left my umbrella in there, and that's a whole different story of leaving the umbrella.
Oh, no.
But it was like a 5K drive to the paddock from the stage.
Oh, my gosh.
Like, it is no joke getting around Silverstone. Like, you can't just be like, I'm just going to pop here or pop there. And the paddock is insane. So
really,
the Aston Martin girl met us out the front and like gave us the paddock passes.
Yeah,
it is ginormous.
Really, oh my god, I
like
love that.
You think like Melbourne's really special. I think in the way that it feels intimate and relaxed, and like everyone's like, sitting outside having their coffee, like you know what it is like. It's casual, but that's not. That's not Silverstone. No.
I mean, I'm guessing like most of the European races, because you see these like giant structures like they build. Like I always look at the Ferrari, like they create almost like a fort.
Yeah, that's
which looks incredible.
Like. The Aston Martin one was like all glass, like because you have two, right? They've got the garage, and then they've got their like hospitality one. It was all glass. Their hospitality one. I think she said it's like. Oh, she gave me a number of how much it is to build, but I can't remember it. I don't know if I wanted to say 30 million, but it's not 30 million.
It's expensive.
Yeah, but it's just ginormous, and I can't, like, you understand why also, I think, when you're in there. I mean, we were super lucky to get this opportunity because Haley was working there. But you understand why it's so hard to get into the paddock at an international race now because of the infrastructure that goes into it and the elite of it. It just feels very special. But also, I love Melbourne and how it feels quite intimate and casual. I think that's very Australian. But definitely massive difference to
so cool.
The European races. And then we popped into the Aston Martin garage. We saw Alonso and Lance getting into their cars for qualifying, and we all got a little team photo out front, and Lawrence strolled past and he's like, "Coming through." And we were like, "Oh, oh." And so that was pretty cool, and and then we went and sat in the grandstand, and then watched qualifying, and then caught double-decker bus back to the main gate, and then caught a bus to Milton Keynes, which took 40 minutes, and caught the train, which took an hour and a half, and then caught a cab,
and then you were dead, and then you just
and then I was dead,
plonked it.
Oh no,
gosh, what a fun day.
Tom was like, "I'm hungry, I want to go get dinner," and I was like, "Really? Do you want to go get dinner?" It's like, I do not.
Oh my gosh,
it's 10 p.m.
Surely you're doing like some sort of McDonald's or drive-by or something. What is it like? You just get chicken and chips over there in the UK, like fried chicken.
We should have, but Tom wanted a proper meal, so we ended up just eating in the hotel because I was like, I'm not going anywhere. It's like, sorry.
Oh yeah, room service.
Yeah, I think I had like half a lettuce leaf or something like that. I was like, I'm so tired, I can't even function. Yeah, overall it was an amazing experience. Like you definitely need to, I feel like if you're going to go to an international Grand Prix, have everything like 110% planned out of what you're going to do and where you're going to be, because it like, if it wasn't for Haley being a fucking absolute gem of a person she is and helping us get around for the day, we would have been stuck in the wet weather all day, just in GA, and that would have been like pretty hard. So you definitely need to like know where you know it and have backup plans. That's like I think I reckon we should do, I know that we sort of did like a guide to Silverstone with Haley. I think now we should do like in the coming weeks, maybe a part 2. Yes, and like what to actually expect as comparison as well to Albert Park. Definitely be an interesting one because there's so many comparisons. I mean, you know me, my marketing business brain's just sort of going around being like, oh.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, but I actually think we should save this. I want to ask you about like, what do they do better? What do we do better? What can? But let's do that another time because also,
You have to
you
go feed your
only
baby,
have one more.
probably.
I have to feed my baby, and you only have today really in Paris, and I want you
Yes.
to eat a croissant for me. I hope Tom gets to have his onion soup,
Oh,
and
he will. It's making
especially
me
after
today.
such a massive weekend in Silverstone, you just need to rest.
I do. All right, I'm going to love you and leave you, Patty.
Alrighty, well, thanks for listening, guys, and yeah, we'll be back in your ears next week. Not sure if Elle will be there. We will see. Hopefully, Amy is alive because she hasn't been too well. And yeah, we'll see you in your ears next week. And in the coming weeks, we'll have another Silverstone wrap up.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening, guys. Bye.